Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. So on the bottom left side as the magenta Chinese by Valdemar1902. While on top right side as the blue Malians, we have 3D Cat. There as well, disable the OBS preview to save up some resources. See, Chinese versus Malians both have access to a lot of various light units. The biggest one to note is probably the Zinchnu for Chinese, though the Malians, of course, can pull out some javelin throwers. Javelin throwers have been pretty common for most games I've seen recently, probably because they have high base damage, though their rate of fire is a bit slow, but high base damage makes it so even if they pull it out as a wrong unit at the time, they can still do decently well. Chinese don't get anything special other than the Imperial Official to get some supervision and tax collection to improve all the resource collection. While blue, the Malians, of course, does have access to the free resources through the mining pit. Right now at 87 gold per minute. That, of course, allow him to get a decent amount of gold income. He's already at the 200 minimum to go to the next age. Now do have the Monza Quarry being employed on field. Sheep interrupted for a brief moment, and the Monza Quarry will be going on up. Up here, got the Imperial Academy, which will allow them to deploy out the more Imperial officials without tying up this queue here to maintain villager queues, as well as have some unique research to double the capacity of the gold capacity of the Imperial official, so you can deposit tax income less often. The Malian has also a lot of assets you can use to be aggressive with. You can use Warrior Scouts, a powerful, fast, high health regen unit. We do have a stable here, maybe going for Warrior Scouts. He does also have access to Sofas, a early heavy cav, which does have only 2/2 armor. There's the Veteran Warrior Scout research there. This will greatly improve the damage to the Warrior Scout to 7 damage per slice, as well as give it an absurd health regen, which will give like 2 health regen even while in combat. Get some good hits there onto the villager. He does go ahead and take time to bop that sheep. He needs to get that villager out of there. He's getting some unnecessary hits. The Chinese player has not. He's going for the Vatican in the Sun. He's going to be hyper defensive. They're just going to stay in a fight, get some shanks there on the Warrior Scout. The Warrior Scout has a plenty of health regen. It's almost immediately. He's already topped off in health. Seeing his trying to pull out the Vatican in the Sun right there, I think he's eyeing for this stone deposit. And getting that quickly built there. He needs to get this wounded villager over here. He's about ready to lose that wounded villager. Does not take out the villager there. Does get a bit of body block. And Sung Dynasty there. And does get some arrow hits there and taking out the Warrior Scout. This Warrior Scout now is seeing lots of arrow fire. Something important to note about the Warrior Scout as well. It has no inherent pierce armor like a horseman, and nor does it get any bonus damage versus range. It will get bonus damage versus range in the Veteran Research in Castle Age, but not in Feudal Age. Though I don't know if it gets the inherent pierce armor in any of the upgrades either. Can't say for sure. I guess if he, most players don't go for Veteran Warrior Scouts. They usually go for other items. Let's spot these forest puppers and berries as 4 Warrior Scouts. You can see here that this health regen is quite high. Running forward, trying to get some good damage, getting some good hits there as well. We'll find a good volley than the Imperial Official. Imperial Officials do have more health than regular villagers. Does scout one of the Warrior Scouts now. Running there are 7 Warrior Scouts deployed on field. He's eyeing for the forward mining pit. He may take time to actually mine this one here. And do know as well, this map is a little bit sparse on gold deposits. There are 4 gold deposits on each side of the map. So, and there's only potential up to 4 mining pits once you get up Imperial Age. So you have to be very careful of not consuming the mining pits before consuming the entire gold deposit. It'd be a bit difficult to keep this one secure, but It also does provide a lot of mass, so if his opponent assaults this region, he can trade all these structures for time. Do not have the survival techniques being researched by the Malians. He could go for, what's it called? No, he's already gotten, professional scouts. Now they're bringing back a large deposit of deer. In fact, this is the big deposit there, not the small deposit. So he does go ahead and steal all of his opponent's primary source of deer. There's a bunch of small deposits he can steal. 9 deer in total, 9 forest puppers. And this will give the Malian player a lot of food to work with, so he doesn't have to invest the free golden cows. This probably already paid for itself. After all, the cows that people like to go for they have the same collection rate as deer. They have they cost 90 gold per cow, and what, they 800? Try and click on the cow. I think the capacity is what, 800? Only 500, so and a deer is 350. So collecting up 5 deer will recover the cost of professional scouts, I believe. With my very quick offhand map. My jet is now going for a massive wave of spearmen. Very nice. He finds he knows about the warrior scouts. Now spearmen will take time to kill. Oh wait, those are villagers, not spearmen. They pull out spears to take on the boar, and I got that confused with the spearmen over here. My bad. He does go ahead and kill off the boar there, claim up some of these deer at this small deer deposit that was right around here. You could take time for this deer deposit as well. This one's probably not going to be accessible anymore if that's another additional town center going up. The Malian player's not got an additional town center at the moment. Costs the same amount as any other civilization town center, barring the Mongols, which is more expensive, 900. And now it's going to take time to go from cattle ranches. Seeing they're in a big line here, he's likely eyeing the Grand Fulnari Corral. It's a little bit passive at the moment, so it looks like both sides are signed for the eco. And this is his deer deposit not being claimed up. Very nice. This one is a bit more, I suppose, based on its location. Survival scouts will make it at least a bit more capable of being lack of harass. Now that all the deer are being deposited on the town center now. This will give the Malian player a lot of food to work with. And even if he does consume all that food, there's always these berry bushes. As well as he's going to get the cattle ranch as well, so he's going to be set on food for a very long time. He is getting out 6 cattle ranches at the moment. While the Chinese player is eyeing for additional villagers, he's eyeing for his free production. This also frees up a lot of population space to do other things with. He's also down right now by 12 villagers. Let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit. Since both sides are just eyeing for eco. The Malian player's probably age up. The Chinese player is relatively close as well. The Malian player can now age up, and there's the Grand Fulani, however you pronounce it, Corral. Horsemen trying to buy for a bit of harassment. The warrior scouts will spot them. And does spot these forest puppers there. He does have 3 villagers to pick up the 3 forest puppers. Astronomical clock tower now on the build queue. He may go for the veteran warrior scout research as well, based on the number of warrior scouts on the field. He also has mixed in a handful of archers. Chinese players now eyeing for some aggression. Warrior scouts are trying to find a single spearman. They do receive some hits there, but the health regen will top them off. Right now, the Chinese player does have a large military pool on the field. Horsemen are advancing forward. These cattle ranches do have 500 health, so they're pretty easy to kill off. The house, same health as the Malian housing. Archers advancing forward. Do not get the veterans so far research, not the veteran warrior scout. It's also taking time to collect that gold deposit. Hasn't touched this one at the moment. So it is receiving a large amount of gold collection from both of those passively. If you take a look, try to look at their max resource income, Malian player has about 2,000 income. The Chinese player does have a little bit more, around 2,400. Veteran sofas are advancing forward. Does have the regular archers as well. Imported armor on the way. These horsemen are going to get quickly ripped apart. He's going for the mining pit. Does have the mining pit ablaze. Single villager can just come forward and get it repaired on up. Got some spearmen in the mix as well. Archers need to focus on those spearmen, but the horsemen trying to focus on those archers. We do have +1 pierce armor research by blue. The Chinese player does have +1 pierce armor as well. We also got all the economic level 1 economic techs as well for both players. Veteran Silver now seeing a bit of hits there. Now Pink's trying to pursue this veteran sofa. Now getting some more pierce armor, very nice. The import armor has completed, so this sofa will soon have 6 pierce armor. As well as not pulling out any archer units, we do have a clock tower nest of bees on out on the field. The sofas do get bonus versus infantry, while the warrior scouts do still retain their bonus after the siege. There's a nest of bees, gets some good damage there. Try and pursue this nest of bees now. Archers need to hit those spearmen. Now it's a bit of a messy melee there. Overall, good dodge there. Nest of bee does see a bit of fire there. Looks like one of the warrior scouts do go down. The warrior scouts will quickly pop off the health, whatever remains of them. They only have 5. He only has 5 left on the field. SB is not getting repaired on up. You also got a granary here as well. Monk collecting up the first relic from Magenta. Very nice. Does take out that horseman there. Horseman now engaging. Got a massive nest of bees hit there on the horse on the sofas. When the veteran warrior scouts or warrior scouts do go down, archers gain some good hits there on these spearmen, taking out individually. Pushing forward. Got the sofas pulling back. Sofas see quite a bit of damage there. Got a good number of horsemen put off by Magenta. He was overall just disintegrating, just needs a bit more sofa on the field. He's doing a good job taking out those spearmen. Veteran horseman right now do 12 damage. The veteran sofa has 20 damage, as well as 5 half armor. Let's take out that veteran sofa there as well. These spearmen still pose massive threat. Magenta needs to continue building those spearmen. Going for additional nest of bees would not hurt. Now we got this force advancing on forward, or not. And the second site's now trying to be captured on up. SB is trying to find another barrage. Finds a good hit there on the archers. Doesn't take any of them out at the moment. There are 3 nested bees out in the field. That is quite a bit of a number. More warrior scouts are a bit more the counter unit. You may want to get out some spring galds. You see some more housing here. Don't see any spring galds in the build queue. At this point in time, if he has trouble picking out those nest bees, I think Springald is going to be the mandatory counter. Over here, do have these sofas running around. Big barrage there. Minimize the damage to one sofa. Finds another volley there. Gets a good damage from these archers. Nested bees are pretty good at tracking units. So if they run away, if they don't start, the burst will track them and follow them. And so if they don't, they have to start moving after the burst completes. But the problem is, those closer range hits like this, the rockets do connect the ground before even the last rocket's fired. Now those nested bees do manage to get overran by those sofas. Very good. Most of the Blue's archers have gone down, but so has most of Magenta's army as well. There's not Iron for counterattack there. Does get a nice spear brace there with those spearmen. Does have a couple of these warrior scouts in the mix as well, so he does have good spotting. Warrior scouts actually have so full health, and their bonus damage to the siege units will be very useful. Does pick up that nested bees now. Got additional nested bee now pulled in the field. Blue's going out, has a local force on the field. Eyeing for more sofa and archers. Ink's eyeing, Magenta's eyeing for more nested bees, more lancers, and more spearmen. He's trying to engage sofas a bit higher quality. Nested bees now getting overrun by these sofas. Let's take out those archers there. Blue's archers pushing forward. Nested bees will get overrun immediately by these sofas. Nested bees, of course, clock tower nested bees do have a bit more health, so maybe it will save it if it takes the extra health. One sofa remains, it does save the nested bees. Lancers are being focused down, they do get cleaned on up. Oh no, the nested bees does go down there to these other two sofa that showed up from nowhere. Lancers overall are a good item if you can mass produce them quick enough. They are higher quality than sofas. They can't get the 6 hack armor. All these sofas can get the 7. 20 damage, 195 health versus Lancer's 230 health and 26 damage. Do now have poison arrows not being researched. Sofas, I'm not sure where these sofas even coming from. Second sight being captured up by Magenta, but that monk is being bitten. Magenta needs more spearmen. He's not doing much at the moment as well. There's still quite a large army on his doorsteps. He could go for some more horsemen to engage his archers. Lancers are going to be useful in engaging those sofas, but he needs also more spearmen for that. Nice head volleys there, and as well crossbows would be pretty good as well. Sofas are classified as heavy. Blue does get forced back there, got another wave of sofa spans forward, does get another engagement with sofas. Poison arrows now been researched, which will be effective versus everything, including heavy. SB is getting some damage there, does stop that outpost from going up. Magenta's army is slowly moving apart, so is Blue. SB's overall doing some great work there. The lack of Springald's blood up by Blue is causing some big issues for him. He's not taking cost-effective engagements. Overall, he's taking very cost-ineffective engagements. We have now defensive keep over here. Magenta has, of course, is now cleaning up this central plateau gold. There's also a keep here to protect up the southern gold there. And now the hand cannoneer sluts are engaging the housing. And cannoneer sluts, so he's upgrading outpost somewhere. May have been this one. We do now have the Musvadi dealing well with stealth technology. Musvadi are the anti-armor specialists. Overall, Magenta does have a smaller military force, though Magenta's military force is the much higher quality of all these knights, or lancers, and nested bees. Though, of course, the cheap cavalry costing 180 total. Lancers do cost a staggering 1 or 240. Musafati warriors are the same cost as spearmen. They're fast. They do hit decently well. They do hit decently fast as well, and they do a lot of bonus damage with armor. However, we do got a massive number of nested bees here. I don't see a big engagement there. Nested bees fire into the wall leap there. Looks like Magenta's front line is simply not large enough. He's trying to does fall back to his nested bees to have them get him protect there. Nested bees need to start focusing on those archers. Everything else is probably within its minimum range. But they're fighting good volleys against everything. Hitting everything. Those archers have seen massive amounts of hits there. There's 5 nested bees on the field. Overall, this nested bee is being saved, not a single one went down. They hardly even got touched. They were able to disintegrate Blue's army. Those need to take time to get out a lot of reinforcements, trying to go for more Musafati warriors as well as sofas. Musafati, not only they're effective versus heavy, but versus spearmen, they are superior as well. So you can go for massive Musafati warriors and deal up with spearmen, but these nests of bees will rip them apart. Magenta's not eyeing for a forward keep. Nest of bees get some great damage there. Magenta's not close to aging up. Malians have cleared out their stores. The actual lack of villagers, the lack of second town center is really starting to hurt him with the mass production. Additionally, his military forces overall getting disintegrated by these nets of bees. The lack of spring gold is now really showing. I do have now the keep going, has been put on the front line. He has a lot of production structures, that's for sure. As the infrastructure will start going down, the Malian player needs spring gold. Got some idle villagers here as well. Starting to be slowly being picked on off. Can't be losing these villagers. They are critical, seeing how little number of them he has, and Malian player does back of the game now. This is Anna Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.